I wanted to talk to you today about how finding a niche is like catching a shark.
We stood close in the glittering lights.
Now, over the weekend, we went deep sea fishing and we were going after grouper and snapper and all these really good fish to eat. And we caught some of them. But what I also caught was a 7-foot bull shark. And it was the most fun I've ever had catching a fish. And one of the most challenging. I mean, literally my arm still hurts. How I'm relating this to finding a niche, because you're probably looking like, what is he talking about? When you pick a niche, and all of you should be aware, if you've been watching me for a while, that picking a niche is one of the most important things that you need to do. That's really kind of like system one. Like you can't pass go without picking a niche because you're not going to understand your prospects or your clients' biggest challenges or what they actually want. And you're going to position your agency or business as a Me Too agency. You have to try everything out. You got to try to catch a ton of fish and figure out which ones do you like to eat the most or which ones are the most fun to catch. And that's what happened this weekend when I caught the shark. I was like, dude, this shark is amazingly tough to get up and challenging versus like the grouper and snapper kind of very beginning is challenging, but then you can reel them up really easy. But the shark, the whole way through, I felt like I was going to fall over the boat. The excitement once you see it. And I feel that once you find your niche and you find that perfect prospect that turns into that perfect client, be extremely profitable with. And so you need to spend your time finding that niche. Now, here's a couple things that you need to do in order to determine if you have drilled down far enough. If you don't understand their biggest challenges, if you don't understand what their biggest desires are, right? You haven't drilled down far enough. A lot of times I tell you to kind of drill down a couple different levels. Like for example, when I sold my agency, I could have said, hey, I'm just going to help out B2B companies. And then I would be a generalist and you might not be watching this video, right? Can we agree on that? How do I drill down even further? Well, I could help out service-based companies. And then I drilled down even farther and I said marketing agencies. And then I even went even further and said digital agencies. So you want to keep drilling down. Now you got to have a couple things. You got to have knowledge and you got to have passion. You gotta have knowledge in the industry to what they actually need. You gotta have passion because you have to love what you're doing. If you're just doing it for the money, like I cannot stand a lot of the people out there that says, hey, get my course and I'll tell you the best niches for digital agencies. It drives me crazy. No one can tell you what niche you need to go after. Not even me. Only you can determine that. So stop taking their BS and their wah, 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 wah. They don't know what they're trying to do. They're just trying to sell you their BS course. You have to determine that. So can you commit to picking a niche and really sticking with it for a long time? Look, it's not going to be easy, but if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's going to be hard, and you got to commit to doing the marketing to that niche. Now, I'm not saying you can't take on other work outside of that niche. I'm just saying stick with it for a long time, at least 8 to 9 months, committing to marketing to that niche. Then once you do that and you master that, once you feel that you've mastered that niche, then you can go on to others and you can bring other people in, practice directors to lead that up. That's a whole nother conversation. But I want you to commit to yourself and to me that you're going to pick a niche. Comment below on the niche that you're going after or the ones that you want to go after. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. Have a swank day.